13 WMAZ Morning starts now.
We have a couple more great looking days before the chance for severe weather rolls in. I'll have all the details for you coming up.
I just couldn't understand it, and it really shocked me when I found out she had got killed.
A woman found dead in an East Dublin home, but Lawrence County investigators don't think that's the end of the story. They ruled her death and how one neighbor is reacting.
And a robbery at a Macon fast food restaurant leaves deputies trying to find who's responsible. How you can help out in the investigation.
And a tax cut plan in Georgia could see changes, what senators are proposing, and how it's different from the state house's plan. Well, good morning and happy Tuesday. You are looking live over downtown Macon. The time is 6:31 on this March 29th. I'm Caitlin Heck.
And I'm Wanya Reese. Tuesday morning. It's looking good on you.
Yes, it is. And not feeling half bad. Still a little chilly, though.
Definitely need the jacket this morning, Courtney.
That's right. Yeah, temperatures are still in the 40s for the start of the day. 47 to be exact in the city of Macon. You're looking live on top of Atrium Health Navison. A beautiful start. Nonetheless, definitely a nice looking morning out there. Of course, once the sun rises, I'm sure it will be even more beautiful. 49 in Warner Robins, 46 in Montezuma, 48 in Butler, 45 in Dublin, 51 in Gordon, and 50 in Riceville. So for the most part, we're in the mid to upper 40s. Some of us, like in Eastman at 43, slightly cooler. Others of us, slightly warmer. But either way, you will still need the jacket. We are quiet on live radar. No rain to be found. And really, our skies are mostly clear this morning. And that will lead to a beautiful afternoon. We'll be in the low 60s come lunchtime with mostly sunny skies. And then later this afternoon into the evening hours, temperatures will be in the upper 70s. Some of us maybe even in the low 80s today. Overall, a warm and sunny afternoon. We have another great looking day tomorrow, but Thursday is the day where we'll be watching for severe storms. All of the area already under a level 2 out of 5 threat. I'm going to time it all out and talk about the threats. That's all in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Courtney. Right now, Lawrence County investigators are looking into what led up to one woman's death.
The sheriff's office says they responded to a welfare check on Brett Drive in East Dublin on Friday. When deputies got there, family members of 54-year-old Mary Atkins went into the home and found her dead. Investigators ruled Atkins' death a homicide, but so far there's no word on the exact cause.
Now, neighbor Janice Maddox knew Atkins for more than 20 years and called her a friend.
She never bothered anyone. If she could do anything to help you, she would. If you needed her for anything, she was always ready to help you. She didn't mind giving.
Atkins' body has been sent to the GBI crime lab for an autopsy.
If you have any information on this case, you can dial 911 or call the Lawrence County Sheriff's Office. This morning, Houston County deputies are still trying to figure out who's responsible for a drive-by shooting that killed a child. Now, the shooting happened Friday night in the 200 block of Virginia Dare Drive in Warner Robins. Someone fired nearly a dozen shots at a home. Captain John Holland with the Houston County Sheriff's Office says one of those bullets hit 8-year-old Jamarian Cherry in the head. He died yesterday morning. Cherry was a student at C.B. Watson Primary School.
Well, now to 3 other headlines we're following this morning. The Bibb Sheriff's Office is looking for the man on your screen after a robbery at a Macon fast food restaurant. It happened just after 10 last night at the KFC on Shirling Drive. Deputies say a man wearing a white mask went into the restaurant with a gun and demanded money from the employees. He ran away after getting some cash. If you have any information about this case or the Warner Robins shooting we mentioned earlier, you can call Macon Regional Crime Stoppers. That number is 1-877-68-CRIME. Again, 1-877-68-CRIME. Bibb deputies are also investigating after land surveyors found human remains in East Macon. The sheriff's office says just before noon yesterday, surveyors found what was believed to be parts of a human skull in a ditch alongside Riggins Mill Road near Weaver Road. The remains will now go to the GBI crime lab for possible identification.
Today, an evidence hearing is scheduled for the second prison inmate accused of killing 2 Georgia corrections officers nearly 5 years ago. The shootings of Officer Curtis Ballou and Christopher Monica happened aboard a prison bus in Putnam County in the summer of 2017. Ricky DuBose faces felony and malice murder charges. His legal team has argued that he has an intellectual disability that should take the death penalty off the table. Putnam County Sheriff Howard Sills says jury selection in DuBose's trial should begin on May the 2nd in Brunswick. Now, this past fall, a jury found DuBose's co-defendant Donnie Rowe guilty on all charges in the murder of officers Ballou and Monica, but the jury could not agree on giving him the death penalty. He's now serving life in prison without parole. It was the same sentence he was already serving when he killed the 2 corrections officers. Your time is now 6:35 a.m. Let's get you to some state news, including 3 bills lawmakers at the Georgia Capitol are considering.
A bill that would give Georgia's Attorney General the power to prosecute gang crimes statewide is now headed to Governor Brian Kemp's desk. The state Senate passed House Bill 1134 yesterday. The Georgia House approved it last month. Governor Kemp is expected to sign it. Now, under the bill, a new unit within the Attorney General's office would have coexisting authority with local prosecutors to bring gang cases. The governor's budget would fund the unit.
A measure addressing Georgia's mental health care system could soon head back to the state House. House Bill 1013 looks to guarantee that insurers provide the same level of benefits for mental health disorders as they do for physical illnesses. It would also provide forgivable loans for people who become mental health care workers. A Senate committee approved a version of the bill on yesterday. If the full Senate passes the changes, they will go to the state House for consideration.
And Georgia senators are proposing a smaller income tax cut than the over $1 billion plan that the House passed. The Senate plan would create a single flat state income tax of 4.99% by 2032 or sometime after. That's a lower rate than the 5.25% that the House proposed. Also, the Senate's plan would keep current deductions, whereas the House would eliminate many of them. The full Senate could debate the bill as soon as tomorrow. Well, in election news, we're taking a closer look this morning at the race to represent Georgia's 8th congressional district in the U.S. Congress. Republican Austin Scott currently holds that position, but Democrat Darius Butler hopes to change the longtime red district to blue. He's a 28-year-old Hawkinsville native who's now a pastor in Warner Robins. His first priorities include improving infrastructure from roads to Wi-Fi and phone towers. Next, Georgia's health care. Butler says Georgia has lost too many hospitals over the last 10 years. He says there needs to be closer options for people seeking health care in rural parts of the state. Butler says he knows that he is a Democrat running in a district that has historically leaned red, but he believes he can win against incumbent Austin Scott by simply listening to people.
I'm accessible. You're going to see me. You're going to hear me. You're going to know if you pick up the phone in the last minute and call me, I'm there. I got your back.
Butler is the only Democrat running. A Republican from Perry, Michael Reese, filed paperwork saying he also intends to run, but the Federal Election Commission shows he has not raised any money so far. The commission shows Austin Scott has gotten over $300,000. Butler has just over $5,000 in total contributions. We reached out to Scott's office for comment, but he did not respond.
Well, you could soon hear the sounds of jazz music coming from a new lounge around Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. The Macon Planning and Zoning Commission approved the spot at its meeting on yesterday. The place will be called Pressure on MLK. I like that name. Now, owner Cedric Vincent wants to bring visitors to the downtown area. He plans to have food, live contemporary music, and other entertainment options at the lounge. Anthony Howard plans to open his own business in May, just 2 blocks over. He's glad to see another business owner coming to the area.
Always excited about new businesses, especially in our market, because, we try to create something that people don't have to bypass downtown and go up to Atlanta. So I'm excited what's to come.
Yep, downtown is steadily growing. Now, Pence's application shows that he wants to have the Jazz Lounge project done by mid to late summer. Your time's now 6:38 a.m. Talking about mid to late summer, I'm looking forward to it, but I'm definitely not looking forward to the humidity.
Ooh,
when we're waking up in the morning and we feel like we could wear
Yes.
wear
the weather.
I'm not ready for that just yet.
No.
Just gotta get through. Let's enjoy the spring for now.
We will. Sorry to jump the gun.
Hey, no, it's okay, because for any viewers that are watching us that might be new to Georgia, they need to know. You know what I mean? Yes, hairspray and you need one of those like little portable fans, those things, right? Y'all, there was a time when I was reporting and I had fake eyelashes on. Well, it was so hot in the summer and humid. As soon as you get in the car, what do? You crank the AC up. I kid you not, one of my eyelashes flew off. Like, it was being a girl sometimes is just so fun when you have to wear fake eyelashes. My eyelashes aren't fake right now, but they did not go up against the air conditioning all that well, because yeah, in the summertime, you really got to crank that up. If you've lived here for any summer, you know that. All right, well, thankfully, it is not that hot just yet. In fact, it is a chilly start to the morning. 47 in Macon, 49 in Warner Robins. We're at 48 in Butler, 46 in Montezuma, 45 in Dublin, 51 in Gordon, and 52 in Milledgeville. So as you get ready to head out the door, it is cool. It's super comfortable out there. That humidity, that is not going to be summertime sticky, but we are going to at least slightly ramp up our humidity tomorrow. In the meantime, today, lots of sunshine, temperatures in the upper 70s. Some of us may be making it into the low 80s today. All of us in the low 80s tomorrow after a morning in the mid 50s. We are going to be breezy tomorrow. After just a 2-day break from the wind, it's going to come back, and that's all ahead of our cold front that could bring us severe storms as we head into Thursday. temperatures will rebound back into the upper 70s after our front moves in during the morning. So here is our setup. Very busy looking map. We have high pressure and control here at home. That's going to give us all the sunshine today. This stalled front that's draped across parts of the southeast, that's going to lift north, give us the 80s tomorrow. And then here is our front that is currently out towards Albuquerque and about to move into Texas. This yellow line here, that's not necessarily a front. It's what we call a dry line. We don't experience those here in central Georgia. We just don't have the air mass for it. Climatologically, that's just not in our forecast. These separate warm and moist air and warm and dry air, and they'll make it maybe to the Mississippi River at the furthest, and then they actually retreat backwards during the nighttime. And they can cause severe weather, and there is a severe weather threat for parts of Texas today. For us, again, we're looking at that front that's out towards Albuquerque right now starting to build, and that's going to bring us the chance for severe storms on Thursday. What we'll be looking for, damaging wind gusts and heavy rain. That's going to be the most widespread threat. Maybe a brief isolated tornado. I think that threat is on the lower end for us, but you can see all of the area highlighted in that level 2 out of 5 threat. So maybe not necessarily isolated, slightly more scattered when it comes to our severe threat. So again, that front lifts north as we head into tomorrow. That's going to leave us nice and warm, but it is also going to unfortunately pull in some moisture because wind will be coming out of the south. It's going to pull in all that lovely warm and moist air from the Gulf of Mexico. And what that's going to do is provide the southeast with 2 of the 3 ingredients needed for severe storms. You can see out to our west, another level 4 out of 5 threat. They could experience a severe weather outbreak, maybe even EF2 long track tornadoes there. Thankfully, that is not for our forecast. Front will move through. Here's the lifting mechanism, that cold front. So you have the warm and moist air, then the front to come and lift it all up and allow for the potential for severe storms. Between around 6 and 2 is what we're going to be looking at, but take a look at the timing. Of course, what does that mean? That commute on Thursday going to be very rainy. Most widespread threat again will be that damaging wind gust threat. As we heat up during the late morning into the early afternoon, so south and east of Macon, I think that's where we'll watch for maybe a brief tornado. We're dry on Friday. We'll be mainly dry through the weekend with the exception of maybe a few showers south of Macon, and it looks like we'll be back in the mid 70s by Monday.